Yo, what's good, everybody? It's One Pac back again with another video. I don't really like to, um, I don't really like to get on my channel and start like ranting and raving about like current events just to get generate clicks and like clout and content. So that's why I'm not on here like ranting about like all this stupid shit going on right now with like whatever. I'm not even gonna mention no names. Fuck all that. But anyways, one thing that's been sticking out to me in particular that resonates with me on a personal level is the stories that I'm seeing about like kids are illiterate, and this channel is focused on, or one of the focuses of this channel is books and my love for reading, literacy, etc. So that's why, and I love the kids, dude. I always advocate and stick up for and defend the kids, always, for sure. And so when I see that they're like illiterate and nobody can read, none of the kids can read, I don't know, yeah, it fucks with me, but I'm not surprised. And it's been going on for a long time. Like when I was a kid, when I was in like 5th grade, I was like failing in class. Like I remember I got my report card in 5th grade and it was like all F's, like first time in my life, not the last either. First time in my life, fucking all F's on my report card. But my parents always had books around. They always instilled that love of books, in me, because I guess I watched them read and I watched them study books. And so in 5th grade, I'm like getting fucking all F's and shit. And then I'm also like, I was reading like John Grisham novels, and I was reading like the Redwall series, Brian Jock, in 5th grade. My teacher, I'd bring the books to class and I would just start reading them. And like my teacher would be like, hey, quit reading. Like, pay attention to me. And at home, I would read, like, I don't know, I would just always be reading. And so it's not like I was dumb academically. It's just there was things going on in my personal life at home that were preventing me from being able to focus on my schoolwork and all that shit. I come from a broken home, go figure. But anyways, so then as time went on, when I got in high school, I got expelled from school, and like I couldn't go to the continuation school. Even I got expelled from like the whole district, and I had to go to like a hearing. And so then they put me in the school on like, that was basically like juvenile hall with like all the like really bad kids, the gang members. One of the kids I went to school with, in my class, he like called in a bomb threat. So like making terrorist threats. This is before 9/11 even, before we even called it like a terrorist threat. But anyways, called in a bomb threat. The other kid in my class, one of the other kids in my class, his name was Dalton, and he ended up, a few years ago, he ended up like murdering his ex-wife, and then he went to his dad's house and like murdered his own father. And so those were the types of people that I was in class with. And like I said, it's not because I was making poor choices, but academically, intellectually, I was smart enough to pass my classes. I just didn't give a fuck back then. So every Friday we had, the beginning of every week, we'd get a little spelling test, right? And I was only in this class for 1 year, and then I dropped out of high school completely when I was like 16. But anyways, so, and then I got my GED at 18. But anyways, we'd get the spelling list at the beginning of the week, and it was like 20, like fifth grade letter words, sixth grade level, like reading words. And we'd have to, like, throughout the week, we'd study it, write out the definitions, write them 3 times, put them in alphabetical order, just stupid shit like that. But then on every Friday, we'd have the spelling test, and the teacher said, "Hey, look, uh, the rule was, hey, if you get a 90% or above on the spelling test, you get to leave class 30 minutes early." So every Friday, I'm leaving class 30 minutes early. Like half the class or more wasn't. We would read books like Dean Koontz, Stephen King novels, and it'd be like, oh, teacher would be like, call on so and so, like, read a paragraph, read a paragraph. Nobody could fucking read. Nobody could read. So it's not a new phenomenon when I see that kids are illiterate. And this was before the internet. This was before we had cell phones. And so I think that technology has only, like, compounded that problem over the years or decades since I was even in school. And so yeah, it's like nothing new. But I feel like the sentiment is everybody's like acting so surprised that kids are the way they are these days. And like one of the good things though too was, like, in fifth grade, I remember too, our fifth grade teacher, he taught the entire class how to play chess. So he basically turned the class into chess club, like, for like an hour every week or more. I feel like we were always playing chess. Whenever we had free time or something, the whole class was like, let's go play chess, or let's go play dodgeball. We were always like, but chess was like, the whole class, like, loved playing chess. And we were in fifth grade. I still love chess to this day. A great game. I still play it. So I don't know, maybe we should start teaching kids how to play chess and teach them how to play, like my grandma used to play. I used to go to my grandma's and we'd play poker and old maid and gin rummy and Uno, and like, I think things like that really helped me build connections in my brain. It helps the kids, like, build new neural pathways and shit that I still use to this day. But anyways, so it's not a common problem, or it's not a new problem. And it's just crazy that everybody's acting so surprised. And I feel bad for the kids, dude. I feel bad. And I think that we all owe them more than what we're giving them. What are we giving? Like, if we're the adults in the situation, like, what are we giving the kids? Like, they go to school. If they act out, we medicate them. If they act out, they're addicted to their phones. They're addicted to the internet. And so are we as adults, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's addicted to the internet. And, like, when you think about how kids are on the internet and they literally, there's no oversight, nobody's monitoring what the kids are doing online. So they're basically being exposed to all the shit that we're being exposed to. And then they can't even read and, like, comprehend it. And so yeah, it's just crazy that they're being exposed to that, so they're medicated. A lot of kids, I live right down the street from an elementary school. I hear the kids playing recess and shit. I hear the bell ring. I hear a bunch of kids having a fun time, and I go look at my window and I could see the school like down the block. So I could see them playing and shit. And I'm like, yeah, they're so innocent. And it's like, and then I'm thinking like, dude, they're going to grow up. They're going to grow up one day, and then no one's going to give a shit about them. Just like we don't give a shit about each other. One day the kids are going to grow up to be adults too, and no one's going to give a shit about them. And like, we low-key already don't. They're being fucking sexually abused. They're being brainwashed every fucking day on the internet. They come from broken homes. The fucking poverty is insane. And the parents and us as adults are fucking dumb illiterates too, low key. And it's just crazy because it's a huge problem. We should start figuring out solutions to this problem, and not just addressing the symptom and like putting a band-aid on it, but really getting down to like the nitty-gritty. But because otherwise it's just going to keep going on. The cycle is just going to continue and continue, and it's going to get worse and worse. And like I said, I've never seen anything getting better. Since I've been here, I've just seen the world turn to shit, basically. Never seen anything get better. It's just always one thing after the other. And, it's traumatic for all of us. It really is. You can be like the fucking bravado, tough fucking, oh, it doesn't, like, I don't care. I'm strong enough. No, it's like, you're fucking weak, dude. You're addicted to your fucking phone. You're addicted to substances. You're addicted to dopamine. You're so vainglorious. You only care about yourself, and not even about how you feel on the inside. You care about what other people think and how you look when you go to the fucking store. Like, if your car is cool enough or some shit. We go and we make fucking Hawk Tuah Girl fucking famous. We make fucking people like Nick Fuentes famous. So yeah, let's make all the kids illiterate and then give them public figures like fucking Nick Fuentes. Dude, you know what that's gonna do to them? And then they can't read. Like, it's a perfect setup right there. That's like the perfect setup. Why doesn't someone go tell fucking Nick Fuentes to shut the fuck up and go tell kids to read a book? Like, who wants to hear all that fucking ranting, whatever the fuck bullshit he's on? Why aren't we doing anything for the kids? Fuck, I should go teach them how to play chess down here at the school. They'd probably tell me, they'd probably tell me no. They'd probably straight tell me to leave. I do it for free. It's right down the street. I'd be happy to do it. You think they'd let me do that at the school down the street? They'd be like, who are you? What do you want to do? Like, they'd be hella suspect. We're all suspect of everybody. Yo, we need, it's crazy, dude. But, teach kids how to play chess, man. Take the fucking phones away. Tell these people on the internet, shut the fuck up, dude. Like, let's quit listening to them. Let's quit listening to the overprivileged fucking billionaire globalists with $1 trillion budgets. Let's stop them dictating and controlling the fucking whole narrative. And if they try, like, fuck that, That's what I'm saying, dude. And number one, teach kids to read, man. I used to take my kids to the comic book shop. We used to go to Barnes and Noble. You saw me reading every day. My book collection is my most prized possessions that I own. And yeah, it's just books and like literacy have really shaped and formed who I am over the years, and I'm thankful for it. We should be providing that and instilling that in the kids, and we need to quit medicating them. We need to quit abusing them every which way. We need to be better. If you're a parent or an adult in their life, we need to try a little bit harder to be better people all around, and quit being so fucking emotional over everything, and let's be rational and logical, and fucking read more books, dude. So yeah, that's my rant. And I'm gonna make another video here pretty soon. I don't know, I was just sitting here, saw some YouTube videos about it, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna make a YouTube video about this shit too, because yeah, you know, we should all be having a say, and we should all be having a say and advocating for the kids, dude. And yeah, we really do. Because one day they're gonna transition into adulthood, and no one's gonna give a fuck about them, and they're gonna be the next fucking drug addicts, junkies, OnlyFans girls, fucking clout chasing, entitled, consumerist, broke, illiterate fucking generation. That sucks. Anyways, I'm out. I'll make another video soon. Respect.